The yacht is a declaration of wealth and power as subtle as a boot to the throat. It's a world I have no business setting foot into, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Giovanna, darling, this way. We have no time to waste.
I spot Sophie and amble my way over to her chosen spot, along a roped-off section of the deck, devoid of any partygoers. Sophie fishes a leather valise out from the shadows. She dutifully stands in front of me, blocking the leers of any looky-loos before handing me my new skin.
Your gown, Cinderella?
Sophie's picked out something elegant that's also businesslike. Putting it on is like entering a world of privilege I've never known. I can feel my face flush as I change, even in this private corner. So, what do you think?
Yes, that should do. Good work on my part if I do say so myself.
Why do I need a disguise?
Marm has pulled out all the stops for tonight's little soiree. Which means we need you to look presentable. Goodness, girl, what did you do to your hair?
I washed it.
Cute. Let's run a brush through it and touch up your makeup. You should dress up your speech a tad, but not too much. Business, my dear. That's the key ingredient to this ratatouille.
My favorite flavor. Look, is all this cloak and dagger stuff really necessary? All the charm and levity drains out of Sophie's face like water down a storm drain.
You know what you look like right now, Giovanna? You look like a bum from the hole. A smuggler and a criminal.
All I'm saying is...
You're not from this world. I live in it. You want to play cowboy and do it your own way? I wish you luck. You want to get things done? Put on the clothes and plaster a smile across that mug.
So what's my cover?
Your nom de guerre for this evening is Miss Fiorella. A young shadowbacker in various unassuming lowers businesses. You're looking to expand your investment portfolio.
Won't I stand out?
You're a smaller fish than Marm usually deals with. But she has a soft spot for ladies with an enterprising nature. So remember, tough, but with table manners.
Got it. Pat yourself on the back later, Soph. Klossner's definitely showing up, right? Will he have the blueprints with him?
It's a certainty. I requested that he bring them specifically for the purpose of modeling a replica cake of Pandemonium for Mom's birthday. She does love her sweets, the old dear.
That's all well and good, but I'll need to get close to him to nab those blueprints. Otherwise, this is all for nothing.
Relax. It's a cinch. Klossner will be on stage as a part of the docking speeches. He's the one with the round frame cheaters. When he bellies up for his turn, go through his things. As easy as quiche.
Shouldn't that be easy as pie?
I'm showing off tonight, remember? Pie is so... common.
Well, ooh la la to you too. All right, enough horsing around. What are you up to during all this?
Being Marm's shadow. I hope you won't require my assistance, but if the situation grows desperate, I can run interference for you.
Hoping I won't need it. This situation is eggs and coffee. See you there. The party is in full swing. Haves swapping stories about screwing over the have-nots, enjoying success now that they don't have to bruise their own knuckles. Some guy in a penguin suit passes by, so I snatch a flute of bubbly to steel my nerves.
Look, I can't help it if I'm on a hot streak, buddy. Don't get sore with me. It's the cards what made a monkey out of you.
This looks like the door to the stockroom at the back of the bar. There's almost certainly heavy foot traffic from the staff. So if I want a drink on the house, I suppose I'll have to get creative. I snatch a half-empty bottle of an aggressively mid-shelf wine from the nearest empty table and strut up to the door with all the swagger of a peacock on parade. The barback answers the door, squinting at me with annoyance. Guess he's not used to dealing directly with customers, which makes this the perfect time to lean on him.
What the hell is this? Do you really think the Duke is going to drink this swill?
The Duke?
The Duke of Old York is on this cruise. We ordered top shelf, and if this is it, you can bet his lordship won't be booking with you the next time he crosses the pond.
The barback ruffles his hair nervously, shuffling through a few bottles before emerging with an elegant black bottle covered at the top with burnished gold foil, hugging the neck like a tuxedo collar.
Here, on the house. Please convey our apologies to his lordship.
That egghead's a lost cause. I bring him a business proposal, and that crumb treats me like a church lady collecting for war orphans.
If it isn't the redoubtable Miss Fiorella. Hello, darling. Isn't this party wonderful? Shall I set you up with a fresh drink?
Sophie, nice venue. I see our hostess didn't cheap out on the liquor either. A Class A act all around, if it weren't for the other guests.
Yes, business sometimes makes unpleasant bedfellows, doesn't it? At least the men have the good sense not to act ungentlemanly in public. Marm takes a dim view of such behavior.
Pardon me, miss. You look like a worldly woman of taste and discrimination. Tell me, do you find yourself more drawn these days to dining out or to taking in a good show?
Sorry, are you asking me out on a date?
Perish the thought. I'm not from the lowers. I was hoping to gain your opinion so I can make an informed decision. I'm looking to make some new investments.
People can eat at home, but they're starved for entertainment after a long day on the job. Consider investing in funny books, or maybe the pictures.
The pictures? Are you kidding? I'd be ruined. The big publishing houses in the uppers have a deadlock on the comics market, and double goes for the film studios.
Yeah, but those books and flicks don't sell well in the lowers. All those stories are about the idle rich types. Lowers folks don't care about that. They understand back alley deals, crooked cops, trouble in the streets.
Perhaps a shakeup of the norm would open up that market. Thanks, miss. You've given me a lot to think about.
Are you enjoying the music? Wunderbar! They can play anything from Wolle to Toscanini. They're worth every penny. But I get them for free. Their brother owes me.
Not for the first time. I wonder why I'm always making deals with the devil. One devil with many different names and faces, who's sure to catch me one of these days.
A little bird told me that he saw one of Marm's little helpers gallivanting around town with the comptroller. A married man! Is there no shame anymore?
Friends and colleagues. Now, to sterile.
Softly, I approach Anton Klossner, the architect of Pandemonium. Like any good man tinkerer, he can't help but toy with his speech until the very end, so he doesn't notice me.
Criminal hooligans and grubby investors. I do hope you're enjoying yourselves at my employer's expense. That would be fun, but no.
Near his feet, I notice a worn but expensive buffalo leather satchel, just about the right size for a set of blueprints. But now's not the time to make my play. I just take my seat when Marm and her entourage step out in front of a waiting audience.
Good evening, my friends. I've enjoyed a fine life in the greatest city in the world. I enjoy the rule of more than 100 islands, but I have always had a special spot in my heart for Kleindeutschland. In those days, my youth was my armor. I took a pack of girls from my orphanage, and together we formed what would one day become my beloved dolls. The Mädchen would never be hungry again. In the course of my business, I have made firm friends with people of all walks of life. Let's all give a hand to one of those friends, Mr. Killmeyer, honorary citizen of the barony.
The crowd's attention moves to Killmeyer, who is sprawled out over a couch in one corner of the audience. He raises his champagne flute sourly, knowing the light won't move until he responds. For a heartbeat, Killmeyer and I make eye contact. Should I play it smooth, or tweak his nose to remind him of our deal? I can't help myself from shooting Killmeyer a flirty wink. He gracelessly spits out a mouthful of his champagne onto his trousers with a surprise. I love this job sometimes.
Now, don't worry yourself, my good friend. You no longer have to forge your path alone. Look!
Surrounded by waves of cheering, I try to keep my mind on the job and on watching Klossner, but I can't help myself. The applause dies down abruptly as everyone follows Marm's eyeline.
Behold, my friends, behold the future!
I see Killmeyer's island glowing brightly. My stomach drops. The island looms ever larger, coming towards us. Ponderous, inevitable. I want a better look, but it's too far off. One of the guests at my table has a pair of opera glasses hanging halfway out of her purse. They're not much, but they might be enough to give me a clearer look at the approaching island. Between the approaching island and Marm's presence, it should be child's play to cover the opera glasses with a napkin and deposit them into my lap without being spotted. I purloin the glasses smooth as silk and raise them to my eyes. I get a better look at the shining aura surrounding Killmeyer's island and curse under my breath. Those repulsors are augmented with red Aether. I should tell Nellie right away. Killmeyer clutches his champagne flute so hard I expect it to shatter like the bits of foundation crumbling loose from the island. A long silence descends, followed by a smattering wave of applause.
Friends, bear witness. We will usher in this marvelous land of tomorrow with the designs of the one and only Anton Klossner, designer of Pandemonium and countless other works.
Klossner stands halfway up from his seat, his forehead dripping with sweat, thick and pungent with fear. He favors the crowd with an airy wave, but he walks like a man about to face a firing squad.
Yes, thank you, Marm. We plan to remake Kleindeutschland with new marvels, in the spirit of our previous works.
Klossner seems drunk on his own brilliance. The applause dies down. Carefully, I circle around to where he was sitting. All eyes are glued to either the stage or the new Dreamland annex. I sidle over to the architect's abandoned bag and dive inside with both hands and sift through loose papers, pens, small bottles, but there are no blueprints in the bag. None at all. Frantically, I dig deeper. I find schematics for some kind of Aether device. I'd need Nellie to make sense of these. There are no plans here, but they have to be here. They have to, or this is all for nothing. I'm starting to panic when a loud whisper startles me in the middle of my search.
Say, what are you up to under the table there, little lady? Did you lose an earring?
I'm going to vomit. I'm airsick. It sounds fishy even to my own ears. Luckily, this stiff's had a few.
Oh my. Just stay there, lady. I'll go find a guy with a bucket or something.
The partygoer scurries off, not wanting his suit ruined. Even so, I've been made. I get up as soon as his back's turned and glide away as inconspicuously as possible.
Thank you, Anton, for your exciting and thorough presentation. If any of you care to discuss business with Mr. Klossner, do visit him at his table. Otherwise, please enjoy yourselves.
The venue is buffeted with laughter and applause as Marm leaves the stage. The band strikes up again, and soon, adventurous couples begin to dance. I need to find Sophie, now.
There you are. Did you find the package?
No dice, Soph. No prints. No sign of them anywhere. You swore he would have them. What the hell happened?
Giovanna, I'm telling you. I heard Klossner and Marm talking about the replica cake just before. I know he has them. You must have missed something.
I practically disemboweled that satchel. You said this guy never leaves his house. If we don't get the blueprints tonight, we're sunk. Could he have stashed them somewhere else?
I suppose it's possible, but I can't say for sure. Marm would know, but she's busy being the life of the party.
In that case, we'll have to go to the horse's mouth. Can you get Klossner alone?
I'm supposed to be watching Marm's back, so that's not the right play. Maybe I can set him up. He's the nervous type. Frazzle him and he'll go off by himself somewhere. I'll need your help to make it work. Find me someone I can tear into. I'm going to make a scene so big that Klossner won't be able to handle it.
You're not going to fit some poor chump for a Chicago overcoat, are you?
Gia, we might be a lawless bunch up here, but give me a little credit.
Is this really necessary, Soph? Can't you just ask him to meet you somewhere out of the way?
We have the same employer, but he doesn't work for me. If I ask him to meet here, someone will find out and I'll have to answer for it. It wouldn't look right. Trust me, this is the right play.
While we're at it, what's Killmeyer doing here anyway? I'm surprised he bothered to show, seeing as how Marm cut him off at the knees.
It's tradition to keep the old Baron around when someone gets annexed. Trust me, even if Killmeyer hates Marm like poison, he'll want to stay on her good side. Still, he wouldn't be a good pick for our little plan. Marm's watching him like a hawk to see if he falls out of line, which, let's face it, he probably will. Besides, he has a reputation as lousy company.
Okay, you've convinced me. Who's our pigeon?
Find someone whose inconvenience won't keep you up at night. Look around. It won't take long to find someone obnoxious or gauche or about to step into trouble with Marm.
Yes. Papa's gonna buy a new pair of alligator shoes. Why don't you just save time and hand your money over now, you crumb bums?
I roll the sweet champagne over my taste buds as the loudmouth uses both hands to gather the pot. The dealer pauses before dealing again. The loudmouth wins again, with less grace than before. I stare at the player's hands and wait. In the blink of an eye, I see a card appear in his hand. I didn't catch a flick of the wrist or any of the other classic signs. Something shifty's going on here. I keep my ears peeled as another hand comes out. This time I hear a slight brushing of metal on cloth, and I instantly know his racket. Yep, there it is, a wire sticking out from his pant leg. Nobody's going to miss a cheater at a gaming table, least of all Sophie. Looks like I've found a sacrificial lamb.
So, Gia, did you find me a fall guy?
Sophie, the guy at the card table. Spied him using a Keplinger holdout.
My. Fearless flyer. Let's make an example of him, shall we? Right. I'll get to work on our mark. Why don't you kick back for now? Get a little rest. Take in the show. Just keep a close eye on Klossner. We don't want to lose track of him.
Sophie turns away, and in a blink, she's checked her hair, touched up her makeup, and adjusted her skirt. I can't tell if she's enjoying herself or just showing off. Maybe both. The card sharp keeps a boyish grin on his face, radiating a pure innocence. Sophie's hand shoots out like a piston, clearly exposing the rod and cable of the Keplinger's holdout running up his sleeve. In no time at all, his hands have been bound and he is deposited by the goons onto a small platform attached to a pulley, hung high above the yawning abyss.
Attention! Allow me to introduce tonight's entertainment. This man was caught cheating at one of our tables. Say hello to the nice people.
Hi, folks.
Splendid. Since Mr. Cheat enjoys games of chance, he will play a very special game. Based on one of Marm's favorites, Russian roulette. The pulley just behind me is paramount to the game. Regard this platform upon which our contestant stands. Regard these two ropes. One rope is unattached, and cutting it will have no effect. The other will release the platform when cut. Here's where you come in, friends. You, the audience, will choose which rope I cut. Left or right. One will ensure our contestant's safety. The other helps our friend enjoy the night air.
Something about this smells funny to me. I edge closer to the platform to get a better look at the pulley mechanism. The two ropes are knotted and obscured in different areas. My eyes follow the line closely, and I can't help but grin at Sophie's cleverness. Neither rope, when cut, will drop the platform. It's a ruse.
So what will it be, folks? Left or right?
Left.
Right.
All of a sudden, I'm glad I didn't pick some random sap for this punishment. One of Marm's goons walks forward and hands Sophie a polished scimitar, its honed edge gleaming in the moonlight. Sophie takes the weapon in her left hand, blade facing towards the night sky. Theatrically, Sophie plucks a single hair from the contestant's head to test the sword's sharpness. Sophie's really playing to the crowd. They're eating it up. I don't want anything to do with the blood sport laid out before me. Sophie pivots to the right and slashes through the rope like a knife through cooked pasta. I see the blade part the rope, hear the line giving way. I see the contestant's mouth distend in an expression of utter horror, a blood-curdling scream ripping forth. Sophie's grin is broad enough that I can see every one of her front teeth, shining like cut ice. She's having a great time. The platform plummets. By 10 feet, no more. With a pop and a bounce, the platform springs back up, the contestant sprawled out across its spare surface. The cheat lays prostrate, his hands folded. From the low drone of his voice, I can tell that he is praying. Tears splash from his cheeks.
Darling, shh. Relax. We were just having a little fun. Of course we wouldn't ruin such a lovely evening with an execution. Thanks for being such a good sport. Folks, let's give our contestant a great big hand.
Wild cheers deafen me as the crowd voices their approval of the stunt. With surprising care, the audience members take the contestant into their waiting hands. In the meantime, Marm and her escort have made their way to where Sophie still stands by the swinging platform.
Sophie, Sophie, my beautiful, brilliant Haitian. Just look at those smiling faces. Now, let me take care of you for a spell. Clyde, Giuseppe, bring my good girl here a warm drink and a chair.
Thank you, Marm. You know what's best. Like always.
I've just sprawled in my seat with a plate of hors d'oeuvres when I spy Klossner pushing through a crowd of revelers. Now's my chance. I cram a canapé into my mouth and stride across the lawn. Klossner is here, relaxing in a comfy chair. He's writing in a large, leather-covered notebook and humming quietly. He looks almost serene. Barbells, ropes, even a gyro wheel have been set in one corner as a sort of exercise center. The does probably work out here while Marm relaxes with a drink. I take hold of one of the smaller weights. The wrapped grip is perfectly sized to my hand. The pool is completely full and spotlessly clean. It must have cost an arm and a leg to maintain this area. Eli Tillingast is probably spinning in his grave. Watching from the entrance, I catch a rare glimpse of Anton Klossner at rest, alone with his thoughts. He looks up and murmurs to himself constantly, in fits and starts. He pauses to write in his notebook, then taps his pen once against his teeth before writing in a heavy hand, as if through carbon copy. The pen scratches are audible from here. Mr. Klossner, are you not enjoying the party?
Who's that? Oh, it's just a... What do you want? Please leave me be.
I'm sorry, Mr. Klossner. Anton, if I may. That was rude of me. My name is Fiorella. I'm an investor. Nobody special, really. I just wanted the chance to talk to you about your work.
Just another little fish looking to make yourself into a shark, growing fat on the chum of my designs. Can't you see I have no interest? I have more money than I can ever spend.
You misunderstand me, Anton. I'm not here as an investor. I'm here because I'm a great admirer of your work. I had hoped to tell you how much you've inspired me.
Oh, an admirer.
Your designs are not only beautiful, but practical, built to last. I'd be willing to bet that, barring disaster, your buildings will still stand just as firm in 500 years' time.
Of course they're built well. You think I'd lend my name to just any ramshackle hut, disposed to blow away like so much straw? Stick to investment. You bore me. If you'll excuse me.
Okay, I admit it. The truth is, I don't know how to express how I feel about it, but I can't stop thinking about Pandemonium. I remember first stepping into Pandemonium. I was overwhelmed. I had stepped into a perfect corner of a perfect world. The facade, the art, the lighting, everything felt significant.
An honest answer. I have the same feeling. My life is a struggle to surpass that work.
But how did you come up with it in the first place? I've always wanted to know how it began. Will you ever publish your sketches or blueprints, or donate them to a museum?
Impossible. I can never share the blueprints for Pandemonium, because they no longer exist, except in my head. Marm had the physical plans destroyed. Recently, in fact.
Just like that, all our plans are flushed down the john. I've got to pivot somehow to get the information out of Klossner while he's here, in the flesh. I see. How are you finishing the rebuild without the blueprints? That must be quite a challenge.
The answer, my dear, is patience. It took time, care, and my direct supervision. Marm was in touch with me constantly, but why are you so interested in the blueprints?
Klossner's eyes slide off my face to the door beyond. I have to act fast. I need to play this just right. Klossner's a know-it-all, so I slump my shoulders in a defeated posture, kowtowing to his superior intellect. Okay, you got me. I'm not an architect, but I want to be one more than anything. I want to get out of the investments game and go to school as a full-time student.
You're not the first aspiring architect to approach me this way. In fact, there's no shortage of them.
That's why I wanted to see the plans so badly. I've been practicing with my own sketches of Pandemonium. See here. I pluck the journal from a bemused Klossner's damp hands, rip out a page, and set to work. From memory, I sketch out what I remember. The foyer, the grand hall, the main stage.
Hold. Your notation here is incorrect. That door doesn't lead to the kitchens. It leads to a security checkpoint. You see how the bottleneck makes armed intrusion all but impossible?
My pen flies across the page as fast as I can manage. Klossner keeps up a commentary, correcting this and suggesting that, until I am holding a rough but detailed sketch of pandemonium in my lap. This is marvelous, Mr. Klossner. Oh, I can't thank you enough for your guidance. Please, is there any more you can show me?
Young lady, allow me to share the first rule of professional conduct. If you do something well, never do it for free.
Come on, Mr. Klossner. Doesn't it wound your professional pride to see such an imperfect version of your work sketched out this way?
My dear, there is only one real metric for professional pride. Dollars and cents. Anyone offering to pay you for a job with pride or exposure is a liar and a charlatan. Young lady, don't push me. A professional never betrays their best client, and Marm would be well and truly upset if I violated her trust.
Frankly, I don't believe you. You say you have the entire set of blueprints committed to memory? Don't brag. Prove it.
Oh, sweet child. That is your clumsiest attempt to goad me so far. I have the complete confidence of Magdalene Weiss. Why would I feel the need to prove myself to a slip of a girl like you?
I'm shocked out of my reverie by the echoing sound of the docking horn. Klossner springs into action, placing his effects fastidiously into his valise.
My dear, I have to leave. I yearn for the solitude of my studio after such a strenuous day of personal interaction. Thank you for the conversation. It was new for me, particularly after seeing that card player's punishment. Dreadful business. Miss Fiorella, I bid you adieu. I hope that you have learned from our interaction, however brief. Make me proud. I wish you the best of luck with your future endeavors.
Mr. Klossner, I'll treasure it always. Auf Wiedersehen. I hang back, waiting patiently as the partygoers shuffle aboard their ferry in various states of inebriation. I take a good long look at the sketch. It feels good to beat the odds, just one more time.
Zdravo.
I found some things that are more unique.
And pray tell, what diamonds in the rough have you found, Mishichu? Do widzenia.